Hi, Patrick from Have Cheetah Will View here, and we are here for another film review. So today's movie that we're going to take a look at is from 2020, and it is Getaway. This stars Jacklyn Betham, who also co-wrote the script, um, Scout Taylor-Compton, and Landry Albright. And the back of the DVD says Tamara Miller has planned a weekend lake getaway with her lifelong two best friends. She gets kidnapped by a backwards cult, eerie and unexplained occurrences arise. Will she make it out alive or become the treasure of these deranged lunatics? So this is an interesting movie in some respects. It was written and directed by, co-written and directed by Torrin Cottle. It was also co-written by Jacklyn Betham. Um, so basically, what it is three girls, played by Jacklyn and Scout Taylor-Compton and Landry Albright. They are going to be meeting at a lake for a weekend of fun. Uh, so they do. That's what they do. They go ahead and meet. Go ahead and meet each other up there. Except that Tamara's car runs out of gas, and a couple of rednecks come by, and they creep her out, but they give her some gas, and it's obviously that they're very taken by her. She goes on to meet her two friends. They get drinks together. They go ahead and party at a club. The two girls, and Tamara's friends, two friends, Brooke and Maddie, they are lovers. They're girlfriends, and they make no bones about that. They smooch whenever they want. So we see that they're liberated. It's today's world, so they're having a good time. They're at this club, and the two rednecks that come in, and they see that Tamara's there with her friends, and they proceed to roofie her drink. And so she collapses in the club, and the two boys pick her up and take her out of there. Their two friends are looking for her, like, what the hell happened to our friend? But she's been kidnapped. So she gets taken back to this ranch, this little house, and she gets tied up by her hands over her head. And she then proceeds to tell them that she's a witch. So, of course, she's not, but that's what she says. The group that's kidnapped her isn't a cult at all. It's really just a dad and his two boys, and one of the boys is mentally challenged. Um, so then, almost right away, we start seeing some weird occurrences. Okay, you're not seeing weird occurrences. You can tell there's the other two girls. So basically, what this is these three girls, they've allowed themselves to get put in this situation. They've allowed it. That's the plot twist. It's like they're not the hunted, they're the hunters, um, and they're looking for this family because they know that 16 women have been kidnapped and killed by these guys, and so they want justice. Okay, that would have been really cool premise. I like that premise. I think it's cool. It reminds me a little bit about A Hunter's Moon. A serial killer family of werewolves. Um, that's a great premise on paper, and good lord, I'll read that all day long. I like the idea of what they're trying to do with Getaway, but the execution is really, really poor. Quite honestly, it's just not. There's not enough flesh. There's not enough room to flesh out the characters. The movie's only 77 minutes long. There's some padding in it as well. Um, the main bad thing is that the family, that the bad guys, like I said, they're not a cult, and two, they don't come across as threatening at all. At all, they're not threatening at all. There's no physical menace. There's no sexual menace. There's no any menace. They leave the girl tied up. They don't put a gag over her mouth. They don't beat her up. They don't, they don't do anything at all to give you a sense of jeopardy. There's no suspense. The other two girls, like, okay, well, uh, there's no hint at all that what they're doing. They don't give you a hint at all, like, okay, so maybe these girls are a little bit more than what they appear to be. So when they do show up at the house like that, it's really jarring and not in a good way because it's like, okay, so how do they know where this family? If they knew that, why don't they just go in there blazing with the cops? If they know where their friends at, but of course they want to do their own thing. Um, the gore, like I said, there's no gore at all. Um, it's it's like wish fulfillment without any heart or guts. It's it's a shallow idea. Um, I don't think I'm not harshing on it. I mean, I saw some of the other reviews are calling it woke. God, God spare us from right wing reviewers. Um, it's not a woke movie at all. It's just not a really. It's a good idea, and it's just not fleshed out. That's really what it is. They had a good idea, and they didn't develop it. Um, the acting could have been a lot better. Um, they really mean, especially you have Scout Taylor-Compton on there. She's a really good actress, of course. We all love her. But you could tell that they were just in there for 3 or 4 days of just fun. It was not very well shot. The lighting wasn't very good. The special effects weren't very good. I think the reason why this movie got a 5 on the IMDb is because of Scout Taylor-Compton's name and maybe the idea of the premise of that. But as far as execution goes, yeah, not so much. Um, I want to sit there and say I like this movie, but I really can't. I would not recommend this, um, only because it was just an idea that just wasn't fleshed out. It runs for 77 minutes. It needed at least, honestly, it could have been tightened up and added like another 10 minutes so we get the background of the family, why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, they're a religious right family, of course, but I mean, you'll see it when I'm talking about it. You'll see a lot of things you go like, what the hell? Um, a out of shape, chain smoking bad guy running after a girl for at least 5 minutes. That guy would have been gassed and after the first 50 yards. Yet he's able to run after her and keep up with her. There's that. There's the guns. The guns. They didn't cover the gunfire. There's no blood. There's absolutely no blood in this movie. None. Um, there's only one. There's only one instance where the girl gets slapped, but it's a backhanded one, and it's not really even. It's not even that convincing. I mean, you look at it and go like, "That's not good." It looked terrible. Um, I think they had. I think Jacklyn Betham and Lane Cottle had a good idea, just couldn't quite pull it off. All right, so this movie has no special features. There's no special features. There's no commentary or nothing like that. You can probably get this on eBay or Amazon quite easily. No problems. It's only 2020, so I'm sure it's out there. You can get it like I did. I got mine for a quarter. I paid a quarter for it, and it's about right. Honestly, it's about right. Um, yeah, not everything's a winner, and Getaway was not one of those movies. Not a winner. Um, unless you're a Scout Taylor Compton movie, then yes, by all means. But otherwise, nah. All right, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the sub button. Leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching. And we will see you for the next one. Peace.